Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with none other than the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, here in Los Angeles.
What up, Michelle?
How are you?
I'm good, fantastic. Absolutely excellent. Living in the city of angels. Last night I was dressed up like an angel, all in white.
Who are you?
Many compliments.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. It's a bit late, but 16th today, 17th.
Right, but belated birthday. Shit, I was celebrating my birthday a few days ago. Mine was the 26th, so it's never too late.
Happy extra belated birthday to you then.
Exactly. So how are you enjoying LA thus far?
It's been good, I got in yesterday morning, set off yesterday morning from Vegas on a nice private jet. Went and seen Mike Tyson, had a little chat with him for an hour. That was quite cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to ask you about that. What was that like?
It was good, we got quite deep. He's a deep guy, I'm a deep guy. He got pretty emotional and, as everything you'd expect.
But, I mean, for someone that you grew up watching, someone that you admired so much, that must have been surreal to have that moment with him.
It was good, I've met him before, spoke to him before, I've had him on FaceTime. When you look at your phone, it's like Mike Tyson's FaceTime. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so it's a surreal experience, and to have one of your heroes and idols phone you or speak to you or have a conversation with them, it's crazy.
Has he offered you any type of advice?
Yes, he did. He gave me some very, 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 very good advice. He said, enjoy this moment while you can, he said, because it'll be gone soon.
Deep.
Very.
What did you make of that?
I know what he means, because we were talking in conversation at the time. Time flies. It passes very, very quick. And you got to live in the moment and enjoy the moment while you can, because if you don't, it's over so quick and years pass by. Like in a minute, it's going to be like, oh, do you remember when we was in the hotel room in LA? That was like 3 years ago. Oh, doesn't that go quick?
It does go quick. Too quick, in fact. I mean, it feels like I turned 21 like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
And we all know it was 22 years ago.
Fuck off.
Okay.
You announced your next fight.
Yep, I did.
Back in Viva Las Vegas. Are you going to make that your new home?
It's the home of the Gypsy King now, isn't it? Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, I've took over out there.
Is that the plan, to always fight in, or pretty much try to fight more so in Las Vegas than any other place?
Yeah, because entertainment capital of the world. And the biggest entertainer must go to the biggest entertaining spot. And that being Las Vegas. So that's why I'm back to fight Sweden's Wallin.
Now,
Fifth defence of the lineal championship of the world. Yeah!
Now, you know that you're heavily criticized constantly. Doesn't matter what you do, you're being criticized. Doesn't matter who you're facing, as long as it's not, the top 3 fighters, you're always going to get sort of shit. Joshua criticized your picking his former amateur opponent. Did you hear what he said about you?
No, what did he say?
Well, I'll rather read it verbatim as opposed to...
Just tell me, you don't need to read it, just summarise what it was.
Well, basically that he wouldn't be caught fighting lower tier heavyweights the way that you are.
Andy Ruiz then? Was he a top tier heavyweight when he fought him and got knocked out by him? No, he wasn't. The answer is to that question. Nobody knew who Andy Ruiz was. He was a 2-week replacement opponent. So people only become somebody by getting an opportunity and a break and seizing it with both hands. This time last year, Andy Ruiz was nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody. And today he's heavyweight champion of the world. So if he wasn't given the opportunity on 2 weeks' notice, then nobody would still know his name. Do you know what I'm saying? So he contradicts himself quite a lot, actually. So, AJ, you must think before you speak, you little pussy.
He's never really been one to chat shit, as you would say. But as of recent, it seems like he's been a little bit more vocal. Why do you think that is?
Because he got his arse handed to him by Andy Ruiz. So now he thinks he needs to talk a bit more. I've seen a little bit of a shit going on between him and Lennox.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What were your thoughts on it?
I think it's kind of cool. Very cool, actually. Because them two are like... oh, he's a great champion. No, he's a great champion. No, I love you more. No, I love you more. For ages.
They're compared a lot.
Yeah, and then now they're like, oh, he's a clown, he's a clown. I don't really take too much to it, to be honest. And not really my concern. But it is what it is. Bullshit.
Well, let's go back to Otto Wallin. Why Otto Wallin? Because we know for a moment there there was the possibility of either Charles Martin or even Big Baby Miller. So how did that come about?
Through these opponents, right? So Alexander Povetkin was offered to fight Tyson Fury. He said no. Then he took the fight with Huey instead. Kabrat Pulev was offered to fight. He said no. Charles Martin, no. Trevor Bryan, no. Big Baby Miller, popped for a drug test. Dylan Whyte, popped for a drug test. Wilder's fighting Ortiz. Ruiz is fighting AJ. Who the fuck else is there? Who else is there? I could have maybe fought Chris Arreola. He's like lost 10 fights in a row or something. Or somebody who's been knocked out 5 times. Like this Mexican school teacher, what's he called? Eric Molina.
Molina.
But what am I gaining through beating someone who's been knocked out 5 or 6 times in a row? You know, so this guy, Wallin, is the highest ranked opponent available, who was willing to step up. So people say, why Wallin? Okay, did I just explain why Wallin? There was nobody else. And the heavyweight division is very scarce on dance partners.
I mean, it's very self-explanatory, but I feel like fans don't want to see, when you get to a certain caliber, they don't care about you just trying to stay active. They just want the big fights, which is, it kind of hurts you guys.
Big fights. I'm getting paid multi-millions for these fights, so I think ESPN Plus think they're very big fights, but he won't be paying me the payments they're paying me. So, yeah, I think they're very big fights, and I'm very happy.
Now, I read that you said that one of the pluses for Otto Wallin is that the fact that he's as tall as he is, which helps prepare you for the Deontay Wilder rematch, which you said is set for February 22nd?
Yep. Supposed to be anyway, but, you know, it's we've both got to get through these fights. So, and I'm just, if he wants to start fucking around and putting it back after February, then I'm going to fight again in December. This is going to get longer and longer away, so let's just go with February 22nd.
So the plan is for you to fight again in December?
No plan.
Okay.
If February 22nd is definitely going ahead, then we won't be able to fight in December. No way. He signed a contract after the Swartz fight, and so did I, so signatures are on paper, on contracts. There's no way out of it. He has to fight me, and I have to fight him, so that's it.
I'm curious to know your thoughts on, as of recently, it feels as though we are getting more and more failed drug tests in the division. What do you make of it all? I mean, surely
I just have no interest at all. No interest or no comment to make on it. It's a lot of bullshit anyway. And I'm not going to jump on bandwagons and start pointing fingers at people because I've no interest. Drugs do not help people win. Doesn't matter. In my opinion, I'll smash the fuck out of them anyway. Whether they're juicing, coking, whatever drug they want to take. Whatever their drug is of choice, doesn't make a difference. When they fight me, they still get fucked up.
Okay.
Take my fucking name on you so I know it's real. Copyright.
I know, you're always wanting to play music. I'm like, you can't do that. We're going to get a copyright on the channel.
Come on, Michelle. Anything else? Anything more controversy you want to talk about?
What are your thoughts on Eddie Hearn making the fight in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, that's not really controversial, but the prize fighters.
It kind of is, because Andy Ruiz has yet to really kind of come out and say, I'm going to fight him in Saudi Arabia. We do know that he made a recent comment on an Insta video or Insta Live, and he's like, it's not going to be in Saudi Arabia.
What difference does it make if it's in Saudi Arabia or fucking rake the corner in the bushes? What difference does it make? They're getting paid money. They're getting paid a lot of money. The prize fighters, it's Eddie Hearn's job to put on a show wherever the most money sense is for both fighters. And if it's Saudi Arabia, then it's Saudi Arabia. I don't see the big problem. Muhammad Ali went to Zaire, Africa, and he went to Manila, and he went to Ireland, and he went to England, and he went to many other countries. If you want to be a superstar in boxing, you have to travel. Simple. But I have been told that the American government has said Saudi Arabia is probably a no-fly zone for American citizens, so that will be easy to get out of if he doesn't want to go to Saudi, which I don't know why he wouldn't.
Well, we do know that he did mention in the video that he doesn't feel like he has any protection over there.
Protection from what?
I don't know, I guess terrorism and so forth. I mean, just because if you do go onto the website with the U.S. government, it does specify high terrorism and so forth. I mean, I've never been there, so I can't speak on it.
I didn't know that the Saudis had a problem with the Mexicans at all.
Well, he's American. He's not.
Yeah, but he flies the Mexican flag, doesn't he? He's the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. So if you go to Mexico and say, is this America, they may have a problem with it.
Well, we do know that the fight, obviously, that I was talking to you about last time, Dillian Whyte, I don't know when he's going to be able to fight next. He did comment back.
Why? What happened?
Well, alleged failed drug test.
Alleged? What does that mean?
I know that there has not been an official statement made by UCAD. UCAD.
So where's this alleged drug test come from then? If UCAD haven't said anything, then where's it come from?
It's been a leaked story by Boxing Scene.
Oh, is that all it is? Some gossip from a gossip page?
Well, we do know that Eddie has come out and said...
Oh, so Eddie has mentioned something?
Yeah, right. Eddie has come out and said, that there was, I guess, an issue that they addressed and they were cleared to go on and fight. And I guess, his opponent was not informed that there was some sort of something found. I don't know. I mean, Whyte's team is saying it's not true. Eddie Hearn's saying it was addressed and they were cleared to fight. So, and then there's obviously more reports.
Sure what's going on here? So Eddie Hearn is saying that it's been addressed and it's being sorted, but Whyte's team are saying there's nothing to address. So
pretty much they're saying that I have no idea. I'm just saying that there had been a lot of talk, and obviously now we don't know where he stands. We don't know if he's able to fight or not fight. I have absolutely no idea.
Well,
we know he passed
the rankings.
Right. We know that he was stripped of his WBC.
Never.
Well, the WBC pulled his mandatory position to fight. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have the interim world title no more?
Currently, no.
How's that possible then?
That's a good question. We just know that the WBC made a statement and saying until further information.
Pending information is not stripped but suspended.
Right.
From their
He's
title.
just no longer. He doesn't have. Well, not that. He just doesn't have that position currently.
Even if he's been proven guilty or not, why has there been action taken against him if there's no proof or evidence? Isn't it innocent until proven guilty?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, so how can the WBC strip him if there's been nothing to certify a stripping case? So I feel kind of sorry for the guy, to be fair. Worked his way up, got to where he needed to be, and then there's always something with him, isn't there?
It's always, I know, and right when the news broke, right when the news broke, I thought to myself, like, oh my God, right when he finally got himself to that position, something came up. But apparently there was some truth to something being found, but UCAD cleared it. I mean, UCAD cleared him to be able to continue to fight because from my understanding,
UCAD or VADA?
UCAD.
Oh, so UCAD have flagged it and cleared it?
Well, they cleared him to fight. From my understanding, and I don't want to be misquoted, but to my understanding with UCAD is if you dispute it, you're cleared to fight until you are proven guilty.
Okay. Do you think it could be a fix against Dillian Whyte? Could be a fix for whatever reason. We've seen it in boxing many, many times before. Dodgy decisions and people not getting just deserves. It is what it is. I've not known nothing negative to say about it.
Right.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know the story. I don't know the situation. But one thing I do know is what's right from wrong. And if Dillian Whyte hasn't tested positive or done anything wrong, then he shouldn't be stripped of any titles. He should have his mandatory position. But if he has, then he has. Then he'll pay the price, won't he? He'll be punished for his actions. But until he's proven guilty, then he should really still be mandatory and still really have his interim title. But obviously they know something that we don't because we're just bystanders or fans, you know what I mean? And I don't even get involved in social media or rumours on websites because I've been victim of many, many rumours before in my life. And they're all bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, people can say what they want. Start a rumour, goes like wildfire, especially if it's a negative rumour, because people only want to hear negative bullshit. But if it was a rumour that I've got a 12-inch cock and I've won fucking 60 million on the lottery, then it wouldn't be spread. But if it was a rumour that I'd failed 4 drugs tests in 4 days, then it'd be spreaded everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So it's just negative stuff, and I've no time for negativity. No matter who it is, a rival, an arch enemy, a boxing guy, a random guy in the street. I've no time for rumours or negative bullshit, because I'm about positivity, spreading positivity, and helping those who have negative vibes.
Very nice, Tice.
Thank you.
Yeah, considering you last time had a lot to say about Dillian, but I guess the situation is different. It's not personal.
He's not able to fight or
Right.
defend himself, and he's not here to speak up for himself. And I'm not going to kick him in the nuts for some drugs test that he probably hasn't even failed, and it could be probably a fix.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty. I'm a big believer in that.
100%. Well,
So if you watch it, mush, big up yourself and keep your chin up and don't go AWOL. Keep focused, and hopefully you get it all sorted out. You'll be back in the rankings and back reinstated as mandatory, and he'll get his finally deserved world title shot.
right. So,
Anything else?
yes, let's talk about that big rematch between Joshua and Ruiz. I'm curious to know, do you think Andy Ruiz continues to, or goes on to win? Do you think, or how does each win? There you go. How does each win?
Well, my opinion is of this. If Andy Ruiz comes in shape and has trained, then I think he does the same again. But the one thing I know is AJ trains hard and he dedicates his life to boxing. And I know that Ruiz has been running around a lot in Rolls Royces and doing a lot of TV shows, eating a lot of tacos, and he's not been in the gym for 2.5 months. Because I've been speaking to the guys and nobody's seen him. Apparently he's going to start training on Monday. Whether that happens or not is going to be a different thing. But could Andy Ruiz be the second coming of Buster Douglas? Could it really happen? Because one thing I know about Joshua is he trains like a Trojan. And he dedicates, and he'll want to get his titles back. Where one man's got a few quid in his pocket, running around LA and Mexico and wherever else, like a lunatic, I'm the hero, blah, blah, blah. He's won one fight. Big deal. If he doesn't sacrifice and dedicate himself to the gym, he'll get smashed in the rematch. And that's coming from somebody who thinks he can win the rematch. But listen, it ain't no joke, boxing. And if you don't train and dedicate yourself to the sport, then you'll get hurt and get knocked out.
So how does AJ win? How does he take from what happened in the first fight and come back?
How AJ wins, open the fact that Ruiz is running around not training, letting money go to his brain and overlooking everything, thinking it's easy. Then he goes in there, fit, does what he does and wins. That's how he wins.
Now, I know I have a quote because, and I hate misquoting, okay? She knows. I'm always like, oh, I can't, I have to read it. It's verbatim. I have to do that because I want to be correct here, shall we? Now, Anthony Joshua, it says, Anthony Joshua insists Andy Ruiz is a good fighter, but ain't skillful. And he went on to say, I know I can get him back. He won by a lucky punch sent by the gods. What do you think of him saying that he won by a lucky punch?
Which was the lucky punch? Which one of the 1,000 punches that landed was lucky? I'm not sure which one he was on about. One of the knockdowns maybe, or the last blow, I don't know. But if he was here, then I'd ask him which punch was lucky. But listen, I didn't see any lucky punches landed. He got hit, he got hurt, and that was it. And he got dropped, and he lost. It wasn't like the shot that buried Lennox Lewis when Rackman hit him, bam, and he was out cold, one punch. One mistake, one punch, good night. It was sort of a sustained beating from round 1 to round 7. So, I'm not sure. But I don't see Andy Ruiz as some big killer or hero. Just an average heavyweight, really. And if he didn't beat him, then who would he be today? And if he didn't land them punches and beat Joshua, then he'd probably be just another bare bum in the shower. Nobody. But if is probably the biggest word in the dictionary because so powerful, so powerful.
His recent feud, and I hate to call it a feud, but that's how it's being labeled, with Lennox Lewis. People are saying that if it's almost like he's just a built-up frustration because Lennox has been criticizing him in the press.
Why has Lennox been criticising him?
It depends how you want to look at it. You can look at it as in he's giving helpful criticism, or you can look at it as he's hating.
Doesn't Lennox work for PBC as well?
Yes.
So
Do you think because of that motive, because of Deontay Wilder being on PBC?
He's working for Deontay Wilder, and he's giving giving AJ stick, then it would seem to be that he's getting paid to hate on other people who's not on the network. But what do I know? I'm not even sure what's gone on because, like I said, I don't really get involved in social media or website stuff. No real interest, but what is this going to? Are we going to say, is Lennox Lewis jealous of Anthony Joshua and his currency, relevance and activity?
Depends on how you look at it, but
all past boxers envy current boxers because they can no longer do it anymore. And it's all right saying, oh yeah, I was there, wore the T-shirt and I did it, and pretend that you wouldn't love to still be doing it and reverse the clock 20 years and be in that position. So I don't think it's jealousy, but I think it's a little bit of envy on current positioning. Does that make sense? I think that could be what's going on here.
makes complete sense.
What is it to do with Lennox Lewis, what Anthony Joshua does?
Well, I know Lennox recently said that he would actually like to help him.
Did David Price? Maybe he could help him do the same things as he did to David Price. Get him knocked out in the rematch by Tony Thompson. Do you know what? We could delve into things quite... I could jump in on this. Oh, fucking hell, guns blazing. But I'm not gonna. I'm not going to. Because it's none of my business, none of my concern. And no matter what some former heavyweight champion says about me, I really couldn't give a fuck because he's not active anymore, which means he's not relevant. He's not a contender. So why would I be bothered what he says? And Anthony Joshua, he should not be paying attention to some old guy who's 50-odd-year-old, who's had his career and passed it. You know, he should crack on with his own career. If he thinks he's made a mistake, and for whatever reason he got beat, rectify it, come back, beat the guy, move on. We all have stones in the road, and it's not about how we fall down or what happens in our life. It's about how we get up and continue to move forward in a positive movement. And I've been down, I've been out. We've all know it. I've lost so much weight, battled so much shit in my life, but I'm still here, still punching away. We win some, we lose some. The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, lost 5 fights. So does it really matter if you lose a poxy boxing match? Does it really matter? Is it going to change his life if he wins or loses his next 2 fights? I don't think so.
What do you make of the critics saying that AJ just needs to retire? I think it's so ridiculous, but you know what it feels like to be on that side.
Let me tell you what the critics are saying that for, because they're not earning 20, 30 million in their next fight. And they're jealous.
Haters.
So all the people out there who ain't earning 20, 30 million in the next fight who's hating on AJ, that's what I got to say, because I'm sticking up for everybody today.
It's a completely different tone than our last interview. You were slating everybody.
No, but listen, I'm sticking up for him because I don't think you should kick a man while he's down. I don't think you should try and prove someone guilty until they've been proven guilty. This is i.e. Dylan Whyte. And I don't think people should be criticising other people because they're trying to achieve their dreams. I call them dream killers. Maybe they should go try fight and win heavyweight championship of the world's Olympic gold medals and become multimillionaires and very popular in their own countries before they slate somebody else who is doing their dream, who has achieved glory, who has achieved massive things in their life. So everyone who hates on successful people, maybe you should look in the mirror and think why you're not successful and why you're hating on someone who is.
While you're sat behind a computer.
True, isn't it? 100%. So all them people who say AJ's a bum, I can say that because I'm heavyweight champion of the world. I'm unbeaten and he's a rival of mine. But people sitting behind a TV screen or on Twitter, they've got no right to call anybody.
Would you ever
Until you can actually come and fight somebody and beat them, don't talk about them in a negative manner, because you could never do it, ever, in a million years. Yeah. So before you go start slating my boy, AJ, look in the mirror and think, could you do this? Because I'm sticking up for him. Aj-Lennox Lewis! Deontay Wilder! Coming for you, pussy. Otto Wallin! Whatever. Sucker.
Oh, man. Tyson, it's always great chatting with you.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
100%.
You're great.
People only hate on others when they're secretly in love with them.
There it is.
And that's what happens. Have you heard that cliche? Be nasty to someone when you love them. Mm-hmm. So that's why my wife be's nasty to me all the time. She loves me.
It's just built up.
But yeah, this is, what is it called? Hateful criticism and...
Constructive criticism.
Yes, and yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what it is, but, you know, I think all this hatred needs to turn into a bit of loving and praise, because that's what we're all short of, a bit of love and care and a bit of praise. Mm-hmm. Everybody just needs a little bit of praise now and again, never mind just all negative shit all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know, Michelle, you do a fantastic job. I just want to thank you for all the interviews you've done with me over the years, and you've been constructive.
You've been constructive. Oh my God.
You've helped spread the word on the Gypsy King, and we've done some hilarious interviews over the years, and it's been fantastic. Mm-hmm. Everybody deserves a bit of credit. Mm-hmm. And you don't get enough credit for what you do, promoting fighters and boxing all over the world, and I hope you become very successful, more than you already are.
Aw, that's nice. Thank you very much.
A bit of positivity today.
Yeah, there you go.
You look amazing today, by the way, Michelle. Very beautiful, glamorous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Tyson, it's always great catching up with you. Are you going to do another tour? You planning to do another UK tour?
No, I've had enough of the UK tours, no. I've done like 30 shows in 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
Can I just talk about how you've embarrassed the living shit out of me several times on stage?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You have embarrassed me. You started singing Shallow. First of all, I'm like, what? I don't want to sing this. And I knew what you were doing because you were setting it up because it's a duet. So I'm like, fuck off, Tyson. That embarrassed me because I was like, I'm falling.
In all the good times, I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times, I fear myself.
No, I'm not doing this. This will forever be on camera. I have the worst voice ever. Not even a church choir would want me on
the deepest waters I dive in. Come on, Michelle.
I'll never meet the ground. Fuck off, Tyson! Stop making me look like crap.
How about though when we was in Scotland, yeah, and I got you to down the Peroni? That was amazing. In front of there was like 1,200, 1,500 people there that day.
Okay, I remember you were
down it.
I remember you were in the middle of your speech, and I swear as God is, I'm going to tell you what was running through my mind. Yeah, I'm sitting there, and I know everyone could see me doing this. And I'm like moving. I have to pee so bad. Oh my God, I go.
Is that the time when I got up for a pee and then you went for a pee as well?
You came back and you came back and you were in the middle of your speech, and I knew that.
I stopped and I went, excuse me, I've got to go to the toilet.
Yeah. So you went to the toilet, and I'm like, damn. So I'm stuck there, and I'm like, shit, I'm starting to have to pee too, because I don't drink beer. I didn't realize beer makes you have to pee really fast. So then I'm sat there and I'm like, okay, we got at least like 15 minutes left. And I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't even concentrate now. And I said, you can either get up, walk off stage in front of 1,000 people who are going to be like, what is she doing? You're going to be like, what are you doing? And I was like, fuck it, I have to do it. There's no way. I'm not going to pee my pants. I'm not going to go down as the girl who peed her pants on stage because Tyson Fury made me down a bottle of Peroni. It's not happening. So that's when I walked off stage, and you were like, where are you going?
Didn't we have fun though on tour?
It was.
It was fun. It was good. And
one thing I can
go again.
Yeah, one thing I can say and I can vouch for is your work ethic.
Yeah.
I was well impressed with that, honestly, because you got up every morning. It didn't matter what was going on. You got up every single morning. You went running. You went and had breakfast with the guys. That's usually when I joined everybody. It was after. I never ran with you guys. And then you go about your day. It's not like you go back and you sleep. You go about your day, you do stuff. Then you go to the gym again. And then it's dinner, and then it's the shows. It was impressive, I have to admit.
Thank you very much. The work ethic has been noted.
Yeah. See, we're talking about constructive criticism, or no, giving compliments.
Criticism. This is
Criticism. What's the word? Yeah, praise.
Yeah.
Credit, giving credit.
giving credit where credit's due. You know, no matter how many drinks I had the night before, I was up in the morning, running. Facts. And that's what you call keeping it real.
You couldn't get me to get up past noon. It was like everyone's checking out, and I'm like rolling out of bed.
Good though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll go on tour next year again, after the Wilder fight. Get this mental health tour going again. Because do you not find there was so many people there, like in tears and like listening really deep and related to what I was saying? It was supposed to be like an evening with Tyson Fury, but it was mainly 98% about mental health, wasn't it?
Well, because I feel like everyone can somewhat relate to mental health. On some level, we've all battled depression. I don't know one person who's not battled depression. And it's a really unfortunate disease that a lot of people silently suffer from.
100%, it's a silent killer, but we're not going to bring this interview into negativity. On a positive note, shall we go shopping? Because I could do with getting something snazzy for tonight for the boxing show. And
All right.
if you play your cards right, I'll probably treat you to something nice, Michelle.
All right.
100%.
Good times. Well, thank you so much. You know, I always appreciate you making the time. You are never, ever too busy. And
I just want to say that over the years, I've never been too busy to do an interview with my old pal, MJP.
And I appreciate that very much. We appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, and let's get the day going. Bye, Fight fans.
Bye, Fight fans.
Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else